I want to go to Israel now because we've got to find out more about what's going on in Gaza, just how significant this uprising of Palestinians in Gaza against Hamas is. Let's catch up again with Gerald Steinberg, who's Professor of Politics at Bar-Ilan University in Jerusalem. Good to talk to you again, Gerald. How prospective should we be feeling about these protests? They're occurring again. The numbers are large, and we're hearing that at least as far as anyone's been aware, there's been no crackdown, no reprisals yet from Hamas.
First of all, I think it shows that Hamas is significantly weaker. You know, Chris, about 18 months ago, when the atrocities happened, when Hamas invaded and killed and raped and slaughtered so many Israelis, a lot of the pundits, the experts, the journalists said, well, Israel's not going to be able to defeat Hamas. They're not going to be able to destroy Hamas. They're going to have to learn to negotiate with them, all sorts of other cliches like that. This is showing in many different ways that that's wrong. Hamas is very much weakened. The leaders that remained after the fighting that took place, and then there was a ceasefire and release of some of the hostages, they got up on stages in this really macabre, absurd, immoral ceremonies of handing over Israelis, humiliating and dead bodies of children, all of that. The leaders who were up on those stages are now being eliminated. They're not going to be able to do that kind of performance again. And that also sends a very strong message that Hamas is very much weaker. The fact that you have a lot of Palestinians standing up and saying, we don't want these people here anymore to ruin our lives, to bring war against us, to make us dig these miles and miles of tunnels underground, which are used for terror. I think that's a major change. We have to see how it develops in the next few weeks and few months. It's very important that the leaders of what we still call, I think, the free world, including in Australia, give those protesters all the support that they can get. Let's stop talking about helping UNRWA and all these other UN agencies that have perpetuated the conflict and really help Hamas.
Spot on. Of course, our pathetic government here has been silent on this stuff again, and they've just in their budget tipped another $20 million to UNRWA. So don't expect much help this side of an election from Australia. Let's have a listen to what the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's been saying, though.
More and more Gazans understand that Hamas brings destruction and doom upon them, and it's important. All this shows that our policy is working.
There's no doubt that their policies have worked at taking out the Hamas leadership. But the question is this, Gerald, while you've got those masses of people in Gaza bravely calling out Hamas, demanding that the hostages are returned to Israel, demanding that the terrorists surrender and that they have a go at peace, they're the people that Israel and the Western world needs to support. What can be done to support them?
I think first of all, it starts with saying the right words and repeating not just what Prime Minister Netanyahu has said, but others, that they need support, that these are against the Hamas terrorist regime that has controlled Gaza for now 18 years, and really most of the West Bank and the Palestinian society. It's a dictatorship. It's a terrorist regime. So saying we agree with the protesters, we need to support them, those words they need to hear. And then second of all, in terms of stopping the aid that goes directly into the hands of Hamas, it's not really aid. Going and finding alternative methods, and there are plenty of them, to bring food and water and helping the people there who are protesting reconstruct. You know, a lot of the aid agencies just handed out cash. We learned about that. Even the United States government funding was given to cash, and Hamas decided who was going to get that. Being much more careful with the aid that's given so you know where your money is going, where your tax dollars are going, not into the hands of Hamas, but into the hands of the protesters. It's going to take a while. They need to develop a different leadership structure. Those need to be helped as well.
Gerald Steinberg, thanks for joining us again.